So in case you live under a rock or you're not a Pistons fan, even if you're not a Pistons fan, I feel like everybody has been talking about how Troy Weaver, the greatest general manager in Detroit Pistons history already.
It's not even close to.
It's kind of a low bar.
Joe Dumars had his 2-phone meme, and he had that 2004 championship. That was cool. But I'm just saying, Troy Weaver didn't draft Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham in back-to-back drafts.
You mean Joe Dumars didn't? I think you said Troy Weaver.
Joe Dumars.
Because Troy Weaver did draft Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey back-to-back.
Troy Weaver is him. Let's not get it confused. He is him.
There will be no more Troy Weaver jokes from the BULLYBALL Twitter account. We have grown as people.
Yeah,
I think we've learned a lot about ourselves this past weekend.
Yeah, I would like to extend a formal apology to Troy Weaver if I ever questioned his judgment, especially because the man knows who I am at this point through the Motor City Cruise.
I thought we came here to talk about the draft, not to keep you from getting fired.
Yeah, well, we could do a little bit of both.
I mean, there's not much we could say about the draft that hasn't already been said by like Troy Weaver comparing Jaden Ivey to Russell Westbrook. They didn't even have to like make a move to make it happen. Like they lost the lottery and still got the player that like I feel like most Pistons fans wanted anyway. Like,
yeah, I mean, I definitely knew some Pistons fans were like, oh, I want Jabari Smith, I want Paulo. But a lot of them, there was a lot of talk about Ivy from like day one. So to walk away from the draft with number 5 in a 4-player draft and get the best, in my opinion, the best player in the draft at 5, I think when we do those redrafts in a couple of years, it's going to be a different conversation.
Maybe it won't, because I saw someone today that still has Evan Mobley number 1 in a redraft. But
yeah, I saw someone say Franz Wagner was better than Cade Cunningham.
As a Michigan fan, all due respect to Franz Wagner, no, he is not.
He's not even like a little bit close.
No. And now Cade gets to like. Remember last year watching Cade try to throw lobs to like Isaiah Stewart, which
that was so depressing.
Don't hurt me, Beef Stew. I still see a lot of upside, and I love Isaiah Stewart. Not a lob threat.
Shout out Beef Stew.
Yes, not a lob threat. Not exactly part of his game. There's gonna be times where Cade's on the floor with Jaden Ivey and Marvin Bagley at the same time, probably.
That man's gonna be in heaven.
And actually, it's not just Cade. Killian too.
Yeah. Everybody has forgotten about Killian Hayes, maybe including Killian Hayes. This is a message to everyone, including Killian Hayes. There is still something there.
It might just be because I buy in every year to like the videos of him like cooking a bunch of like waiters from France in an open gym.
Yeah.
But I still believe in the Killian Hayes agenda. I'm still pushing that propaganda.
I've been pushing it since January 2020.
It changes like every game.
Yeah, I questioned my belief in Killian Hayes since then. A lot has changed, but do I still believe he's got some semblance of dog in him? A little bit. Just a little bit.
Sometimes, to me, Killian Hayes feels like an edible, where it's like, if you talk shit about him long enough, he's just gonna start doing work. He's gonna kick in, he's gonna do something crazy. Like, I mean, I know it was basically the Thunder's G League team, but that game where he had like 28, 6, and 5.
Still, I watched. I'm gonna keep that actually. I'm gonna keep that for myself.
Yeah, this is for public consumption. We can leave some thoughts in the tank. See, the Killian Hayes propaganda is so strong that we said we were going to talk about the draft, and we've spent minutes on Killian Hayes propaganda.
Yeah.
The thing with Killian Hayes is now he gets to be the 6th man.
Exactly.
Because Jaden Ivey next to Cade is just like, I don't know what more you can want.
I don't think like there's a lot of people that were so excited for Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey as a backcourt, before the Pistons even drafted Jaden Ivey. I just want people to understand who maybe don't understand this. That does not happen to the Pistons, like ever. No one is. I've literally, in my lifetime, I have heard maybe one person say they were excited for the Pistons, and it was like my brother, who was a Pistons fan.
I see, like, once I saw people with, like, the NBA Youngboy avatars tweeting about the Pistons, I was like, oh, this is different.
That's how you know you made it.
This is different. They care about the team right now.
When an account that's dedicated to telling people they fell off is praising your team, you're probably in a good spot. You're probably in a good spot.
Probably.
My hot take about the Pistons that I haven't released yet. You remember? Okay, me and you have like a 4-year age difference, 5 years,
something like that.
Growing up, nobody I knew was a Pistons fan. Like in school, nobody gave a shit about Pistons. That was just how it was. Team everybody loved though was the Oklahoma City Thunder. From like age, let's say 10 to like 17. All anybody in Macomb, Michigan cared about was the Oklahoma City Thunder. This Pistons team is built so similarly to that team. I feel like they might be that team for some other teams that are struggling right now, like a Charlotte Hornets when they lose Miles Bridges. That the Pistons might be the new age OKC Thunder.
It won't be the Hornets because they still have LaMelo.
It's true.
And
I mean, LaMelo can't throw lobs to himself though. You know what I mean?
It's true. But like, I know what you mean. I'm older than you, and still like, there was a kid that would like wear a jersey that said Durantula on the back. It was the corniest shit ever. He wore it to school though.
That is elite dick riding.
And like a pair of KDs, and it's like, come on, bro, get off the ground. But not only Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping a little bit on Jalen Duren. There is a year age difference between myself and Jalen Duren, and Jalen Duren looks like if I ate myself, that would be like the body type I had. The man's forearms are like the size of this microphone. Like it's unreal. He is an athletic freak.
People are trying to make like player comps for him, and they're like, "Oh, Bam Adebayo." I see that one a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think someone said something about like Robert Williams. Yeah. Yep. Nobody is built like Jalen Duren.
No.
And he's 18. He's gonna get bigger.
18 years old, and he's built like a freight train. That man's player comp should be like Dwight Howard.
His player comp should be like, I was trying to think of like a bodybuilder name, and I don't have one, but I don't know any.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah. He looks like he's like too big to play basketball. There was a play that went kind of viral the other day where Cade makes like a ridiculous pass out of a double team against the Celtics.
Yep.
Down low, and I might actually put it up in the video here, and just like one of the easiest layups of all time is not converted. If he threw that pass to Jaden Ivey, I don't remember who on the Celtics went up to contest it. They would be through the earth right now. They would have to get like extradited out of the earth's core with what Jaden Ivey did to them.
Jaden Ivey catches those passes, and this is about to be like one of the most exciting teams of basketball. I'm gonna need Johnny Kane as the main commentator.
He's gonna have to get a pacemaker.
As respectful as I can. Yeah, he's gonna. That man's voice, I'm gonna have to pray for. I'm gonna have to pray for that.
Actually, I didn't even think about this. For once, George Blaha is gonna be calling windmill dunks, and they're really gonna be windmill dunks.
They're actually gonna be windmill dunks.
All due respect to George Blaha. Going forward, I think it's pretty clear the Pistons need help on the wings.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how inclined they're gonna be to do that this offseason.
Right.
Or if they wait. Because if they do want to try this offseason, I think Miles Bridges' friends and colleagues are making it very clear that if Charlotte, how do I put this?
So
they're not threatening Charlotte, but they kind of are.
So let's say Charlotte Hornets are Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it this way. Actually, question isn't if Miles Bridges is coming to Detroit at this point. Question is, what number is Miles Bridges wearing? Because Jalen Duren has 0.
You think so?
I think that's what the conversation is, because Charlotte does not want to pay that man. And if you know anything about Michael Jordan, the Pink Lemonade, rap music, it has not gone unnoticed. There's no way that has gone unnoticed. Man hangs out with #affiliated people. This is not someone who is Michael Jordan's type of player. He wants himself a Gordon Hayward. He wants himself a Mason Plumlee. What? Oh, Jesus fucking.
I don't know if either of them have a gambling addiction. Even if Miles Bridges isn't a great fit, I'd like to see him in Detroit for the sole purpose that his agent isn't going to announce the signing. Woj isn't going to break the news. He's going to drop a song with Babytron. And
Absolutely.
that is how the announcement happens.
Nah, actually, Woj is just going to tweet just in, and then it's going to be a video.
It's going to be the link to the video?
Yeah, it's going to be a link to the video. And Woj is actually going to be in the music video. And you won't know he signed to the Pistons until Woj takes his phone out and like points it at the camera, and it says sources. Miles Bridges agrees to, and it's the full details of the deal in the middle of the song.
Miles Bridges, RTBMB, anybody at RTB, hit us up. I think we have.
I mean,
we just concocted
RTB,
the greatest marketing scheme of all time.
I'm saying, like, I work with rappers, you know. I just did a music festival yesterday. Hit your boy up.
I think we've concocted the greatest marketing scheme of all time. There's no way that's not going to go incredibly viral.
Edwards. I'm saying, like, one of y'all. I'm just saying.
Somebody. Purely, like, for the vibes, and I am a Michigan fan, but purely for the vibes, Miles Bridges on the Pistons, I couldn't even, like, be mad at it. And I questioned the fit, and I still couldn't. I will say this about Troy Weaver. I'm not the most like artistically gifted person, but if the Detroit Pistons want to hire me to sculpt the statue of Troy Weaver, I'll be there. We need to get that thing put up. We need to get that thing put up outside LCA as soon as possible.
I want them to replace the Jeremy Grant mural, which I want them to replace that mural with just a picture of Troy Weaver's face. Not even painted. It's just a picture. A large banner of Troy Weaver's face. No design, nothing. It's just Troy Weaver's face. That's what I want.
I think they should make the Troy Weaver statue and then put it on the roof of LCA in the corners like Batman overlooking Gotham.
Yeah, there should be a Troy Weaver signal.
There should.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what like that signal would look like.
When the Pistons are in distress and it's just like, I don't know. What are Troy Weaver's like personality traits? I've barely heard him speak.
Just like they would just signal the words and and we would know what that means.
It would say call the Knicks. They'll fuck something up.
It would just actually what they would signal was the RTBMB logo, and then we know.
That means chaos is descending upon the city.
Troy Weaver's actually affiliated RTBM.
If Miles Bridges got Troy Weaver in a RTBMB video, I would make him the mayor tomorrow. The only thing I want out of, like, if they do end up with Miles Bridges is release the audio if he ever has to call Miles Bridges into his office to talk about a picture of Pink Lemonade on his Instagram story.
So, Miles, want to explain this for me real quick?
I think we've done enough damage here to our own reputations. Yeah. I'm going to have a lot of work to do cutting out certain slanderous...
This was supposed to be 10 minutes.
It will be by the time I'm done with it, because there's a lot of slander in here that has to go. But thank you for joining us. We might do... joining us. It's not live. Thank you for watching. Yeah. We will do more, hopefully, more short-form content on the YouTube channel. So like, subscribe, all that cringy shit. Follow BULLYBALL at RealBullyBall on Twitter. You see our Twitter handles underneath us right now.
Yes, sir.
And Jaden Ivey is a Detroit Piston.
That's it. That's all that matters, really.
Don't forget it.